All right, now on the last episode, we fought a very long fought battle on the highway going to Graayfast City. And that was our first encounter, I believe, of hitting the road. So we are still traveling and whatnot, but first just to recap the fight. So we just basically obliterated the... he had a posse of 12 goblins. We've killed 11 of them. And then we've captured one, and then we've also captured him, Vash, the dwarf slayer as well, who was a goblin boss. So we're going to give ourselves experience points for 11 slain goblins and the goblin boss. But we're going to divide it up amongst everybody. So it came out to where we would each get 59 experience points apiece, right? So a lot of slain bodies just to get only 59 experience points. As I've added it to our experience points already. And then I rolled for gold and whatnot. So we ended up getting about 80 gold pieces across everything, like looting them all, and divided amongst 8. So 6 of our gnome boys, as well as Golly and Summer. They get 10 gold pieces apiece. Now I've added it to both of our guys here already. I don't know if we want to track the, the gnome fighters and clerics or whatever, but if we ever want to link up with them again, we could. We have their stat block sheets, but we're not going to keep track of them for the most part. However, what was on the goblin boss, he had a chain shirt, a scimitar, a shield, a short bow. We're going to leave these to the gnomes. They kind of gather up all the weapons and whatnot, as well as the armor of gleaming. They're going to take that because that was part of the infinite burrows, and they're going to take this as like a gift and whatnot to give back to the ruler of the city of Graayfast, because he offers a bounty and stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe he'll give us the armor of gleaming, or of similar. He can give us of similar value in gold back as like bounty. We can look that up later. So we'll get to that shortly. However, it's still. Let's get through our days here. We are still July 29th in game. And where were we? Let's have a look at our little travel hex. So Barnmouth Village. So we were traveling this road, and that was our first encounter. We said, okay, we're on the road, and let's see if we get raided. And we rolled that one raid away. So that happened first thing in the morning. Essentially, we went from like 5, maybe 10 miles in, and then we got waylaid right in this hex. So now we're going another 5, 10. We're going to check for our evening. So we roll a 1d10. We're on a grasslands on a 1. It's another encounter. So nothing. And then we're going to roll on in, finish out the day. Well, how about this? Because that slowed us down a little bit. And we're traveling normal, so we can only travel about, I think it says 24 miles or 25 miles a day. Each square is 5 miles, so this would be what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So takes, well, if you count this next hex to get to the city, it would be roughly 30 miles. But we said we're traveling slow, so maybe we have to make camp directly outside of the city. So we do that. We're just camping right. It slowed us down. How about the battle slowed us down? We had to take a rest. We had to recuperate and stuff like that. Because Golly did get downed and healed again to get brought back. But, maybe we need to have a little rest. So that slowed us down. We're going to camp outside here. We're making camp. No encounter in the night on a roll of a 3. So we're fine. Do the gnomes let us partake of their water and their food? DC 10. Boom, boom, boom. 11. Yes, we do. We don't have to burn into our water or our rations because the gnomes are sharing with us again because we've helped them clear the burrow. Great guys. And how about that? That's the end of this day. So let's cross that off. Hold on, I got a bunch of blank hexes here for when we get rolling. Good stuff. Where are we? We're into July, so we're crossing this day off. Now it's fresh day, the July 30th for them. Oh, I have to find out what's the weather like, I guess. Well, yeah, we can do that really quick, right? So let's see here. We're gonna come to our, I don't know if you guys can see this thing. Contents, let's see, traveling. Let's check out the weather. We need a D100 roll, I believe it is. So here's one, I need the other one. My D10's right there. On a 70, it's summer, Oh no, it's a D20. I do D20 roll, my bad. So on a 17, it's very hot the next day. So, but it's a good thing we're in the city, right? So on a very hot day, we burn up half as much of our water, but we're in the city, so that's good. We can kind of get to an inn and drink our fair share there. I'll just write this down. Very hot. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to roll for the next couple days, just so we know what we're dealing with. Why am I rolling that? 16. Oh, this day is also going to be very hot on the 31st. And then August, let's roll on the 1st. On a 14, it's going to be clear and hot. So just hot / clear. So now I kind of know the weather for the next few days. That'll be good. Get that out of the way. Okay, so it's the 30th of July. I forgot when we got to pay summer. We pay summer every Tuesday. So I'm going to write this over here. So pay summer. Pay summer. Pay summer. So she always gets 7 gold pieces every Tuesday from Golly for security. Okay. Thursday. Beautiful Thursday in the city of Graayfast. Let's have a look at Graayfast City. Boom. So we're coming in through the, we're coming from this hex here. Hopefully I'm in frame here. I'll have a look. Yeah, so we're traveling back to the city. We're coming in through gate number 1. And we are within the city. Now, in an urban environment, when do I check for encounters? Let me have a look, see here. So, urban. Oh, this is all wilderness. Yeah, okay. Chance of encounter, population. Here we go. Population density on my little chart here. So we are, it says relatively dense, 1 in 20. Moderate to sparsely patrolled, 1 in 12. Uninhabited is 1 in 10 chance. So we're relatively dense in a city, I would say. So we got a 1 in 20 chance of encountering something. It was either that or what's the rules for this? Traveling, arriving in settlements. Let's see. Well, let's just put here arriving in settlements, because we did arrive back to the city. What happens here? Tavern, generating rumors. Yeah, rumor location. So what does this have? For a metropolis, this would be a metropolis. This one's like kind of rank, where it says roll a D100. However, roll number of D100 rolls per 12 hours. So when we're in the metropolis, during the day, I'd have to roll the D100 10 times per 12 hours. That or 8 for city, right? Metropolis or city. So that's significantly more rolls than normal. But I guess you just need to roll it. Because on these, it's like you have an encounter every 20 25% or lower, I believe. Yeah, every roll of 25 or below, something happens in the urban. So we roll D100s for those. We could do it that way, right? The other one just told us we have however many chance of encounters, but it doesn't tell us how many times to roll for the encounters. So let's just do this style off Paul Bimler's thing here. So we have 12 hours in a day in the city, 10 rolls. Let's say for the first half of the day, what are the gnomes going to do? Are the gnomes going directly to the leader with the goblin? Like, are they taking the goblin in, or are we taking the goblin in? So, okay, let's see. Are they going to take that goblin to the, what do you call it? To the prison or whatever for justice. On a roll of 10, DC 10, not 20. Yeah, so they're taking care of this for us. They're taking the, hey, we got Vash. We're going to take him to the, whatever. Maybe they're taking him to the prisons and stuff like that, or to the slave pits. How about, is he going to a prison, or is he like going to become a slave? How about on an even, he's like being taken to the slave pits or something? No. So he's just like going to prison. So he could potentially have a prison breakout. How about that? Or is he going to prison, or is he going to be like executed? Let's see. Will he be executed on evens? On an odd? No. So he's just going to prison. Okay. So Vash, we might not see the end of Vash, right? Maybe he could have a jailbreak or something. You never know. Do our guys want to travel with them to the ruler? How about what day of the week are they going to go and see the ruler? So on the 6th day of the week. So what does that end up being on our little calendar here? Got to come all the way to the start. So 6th day, right? This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on the 31st, they're going to go and see the king about the bounty. Gnomes going to meet king. Okay, so how about this on a DC 8? Well, no, we already established that they're going to come with us, so we're going to meet up with them. How about meet up at an inn somewhere? How about that? What kind of an inn? We're going to go to like this. This is like the noble district. These purple houses, and then this is like the royalty kind of area, stuff like that. Noble district, kind of like working class, whatever. The arena, the big stadium, stuff like that. This is all kind of like slums and stuff like that, right? So how about we're going to meet in the nobility and the wealthy district at an inn somewhere in there on the 31st. So we're going to meet at a known inn. Known inn. Just to remember that. We can roll for that later. So it's cool. They give us the name of it. Hey, meet us here on Friday, and we're all going to go meet the king together about this bounty. Cool. So now we got a date on Friday, which is great. That frees us up today then to go shopping. Or go do whatever we want, have our encounters within, have like a filler episode day almost of being in the city on the 30th, which is good because guess what? We got a bunch of stuff. We looted all these daggers and stuff like that were on the goblins. So what is it? We had 4 daggers apiece. So but then also we had looted 15. Summer has 15 daggers from some other place that she looted from, I think in the Infinite Burrows or something. So she's just holding on to like 19 daggers. So let's go sell some of this stuff. How about that? She's going to go and sell her daggers. Same with Golly. He can sell some daggers, and then maybe he can... we can go shopping for some other stuff. What do we need? We have 20. She has got 19 arrows still, so she's kind of fine for arrows. Maybe Golly can go buy another weapon other than this mace. You know, maybe he can get something else he can swing at, spend his money on for when he's going attacking. Or maybe we can find like some magic items and whatnot. So how about that? Let's travel to... Let's go shopping. Let's see here now. I need to write down the number of encounters again. 10. Roll 10 encounters for the day. That seems like a lot. So we decide we're going to go to... Hold on, we're going to travel to a blacksmith or something like that. We're going to go looking for a blacksmith. On our travels, let's do 2 of these encounter rolls. So on a... Ooh, geez, on a 19, right away, something's popping off in the city. Okay, so we rolled 1. Let's bring it on down. Urban encounters, D100. What happened? 96. Urban encounters on a 96. We got an NPC appears with a quest. Oh, they've given us a quest. Okay. So let's find out what this quest is. We're going to bring it on back. Chapter 7, Quest Generator. Actually, let's do the NPC first. Let's find out what our NPC generator is. Boom. Let's bring it on down. So, who approached us on a D100? We have a 55. 1 to 80 is a human. Just going to be a regular old human. Human. What is he? 46 is a male. Human. Male. Alignment 82. Neutral evil. Neutral evil. Neutral evil. Lots of evil people in this city, right? Lots of crime, I think, is going on here. On a 43, a tradesperson or a merchant. So roll on the profession table below. Here we go. On another D100. On a 2, a farmer. A neutral evil farmer. Hey, maybe he's from the hills. We're up north, right? Okay, that was the profession. Now, age. Roll a D100 for age, multiply by 4 for dwarves, by 6 for elves. Okay, well, we don't gotta do that. He's a human. 70. He's an old farmer. 70 years. He's an old farmer. Okay, do we need to roll on this? Class table. I don't know if we need to roll on that. We could find out what he is. A farmer who is also a barbarian farmer. Interesting. An old barbarian. Barbarian, what level would he be? Is he a big strong guy? On a 3, no, he's early levels 1 to 5. Early level tier, we're gonna roll our D. On a 7, he's level 2. Look at that, he's the same level that we are. It's Summer's dad. What if it's Summer's dad? A farmer. He came back to get her. That would be funny. D100 on his economic disposition. On an 18, going to be, disposition, economic status. He's going to be playful, joking. The playful barbarian. Economic status, let's roll again. D100, how's he doing? 64. On a 64, we get, oh, that's on this side here. Afraid? What? No. Other one. Other side, sorry. He is rich. He just made the rich column. So there's a rich guy. Okay, so he's got some money. Maybe he's got some good rewards for his quests, right? Now let's go to the quest generator. Quest generation table. Let's play this. Hopefully you guys can see. You might not be able to see too well. My bad, I'm just having fun by myself, right? Quest generation table. Okay, let's see. How to generate quests. Quests come about because of problems. So what possible problems could bring about after examining many... Wait. Generate your initial quest by using the table directly below. Then roll on the quest source table and finally proceed to the why, what, when questions. Okay. So D100. Problem. What's he got? On a 96 quest generation table, 96, he has spiritually beneficial placed rumor. Okay. Spiritually beneficial placed rumor. Just trying to find God or something. And then what is this? Problem. D100. Resultant. Do you roll twice? Yeah, I believe you roll twice, right? Then roll on the quest source. Hold on the table. Using quest generation tables in conjunction with Q&As, you should be able to come up with an adventure that fits the context of your current campaign. Generate your initial quest using the table directly below, then roll on the quest source table. And finally proceed to the... I think we roll twice on this. Or do you just go straight across? Where it says, yeah, okay, spiritually beneficial place rumor, visit / gain a boon. Gain, boon, or visit. Okay, and then roll down. Do we need to do this, the quest source table? It says to, but we know this guy just like approached us, right? Then what else? What? Well, let's just roll on it for the heck of it, right? Let's just have fun with it. Source. Oh, that almost fell off. 27. Treasure map. Okay, he's given us a treasure map. But he's evil. Gotta remember that. Okay, so he's given us a quest. A quest for a spiritually beneficially placed rumor. Okay, what next? You have discovered the problem. Ask such questions as what, why, when, where, how, and who. All of these questions have answers. You can use our included question / answer mechanic, Chapter 2 Mythic. For example, what was the item? Was it magical, mundane? What is the map? Was it a map of an even greater treasure? Yeah, okay. So it's a map. Okay. The Q&A can be answered with Q&A roles. Okay. So that's about as much as we can get out of that. Aside from using like an oracle and stuff like that to kind of narrow it down. So let's have a look at our campaign. Let's see how we can make this fit. So this old barbarian is giving us a boon spiritually. How about this? Look at this. Number 8, the Pantheon of Corruption Shrine. Number 8. This is a shrine of corruption, essentially. And that kind of fits with the spiritually beneficial place or rumor, right? It's, you know, we can go visit this place or gain a boon. So he gave us like a treasure map. He gave us a map that leads here, essentially, or a map of the place. Let's see. Let's ask. On a, how about this? Does this map, is it a map of the shrine? Sorry, I was going to say on a DC 15. We got a 14 on that, so no. Is it a map to get to the shrine? A 16, yeah. So this is not a map of the shrine, but it is a map to get to the shrine. So that's kind of handy. So he's granting us this treasure map to get to the shrine. And I guess why would he give this to us? Essentially, we got to ask. But does he explain to us why, or is he just like handing us this map and saying go there? Does he explain why he's doing this? Sorry, I was thinking on a DC 15. On a 10, no, he doesn't. He doesn't explain why. He's just saying here's a treasure map to this shrine, the Pantheon of Corruption Shrine. Here's how you can get there. Which, again, you know, that's what we want to do. We want to go and explore these ancient ruins and stuff like that. And we know the king offers like boons and stuff. So maybe this could be our next area, right? We can travel north into the woods, through the hills, into the woods to get to the Shrine of Corruption. Because guess what? We have a map. We have a map to get here. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to add that to the list. We have a map that leads to Pantheon of Corruption Shrine. Okay, so our first encounter wasn't that bad. We just take that map, right? Okay, thank you, crazy old barbarian man. Which is weird, like a barbarian farmer. He farms the hills probably, right? It's probably pretty rough up here. He's got to fight a lot. But maybe he was corrupted. Maybe that explains the neutral evil was that Pantheon of Corruption Shrine. That would make sense there. Okay, anyway, carrying on. We keep on rolling to... we said we were going to do 2 checks. So on 83, the second encounter rolls fine. And we're going to we're going to a shop. We're going to sell some daggers. So now I need to find out, do we find the shop? There's a way to do this in here. I'm going to look at these table of contents again. Hopefully you guys can see all of this again. So let's see. Merchants and shopping. DC of occurrence of merchants. Okay, here we go. This is the table to see, do we find a... we're going to a weapons shop, I believe. So at the weapons shop, we are in a metropolis. So on a 7, we roll... We're going to have a look here. 18. Cool. We found the weapons shop. So we are in the weapons shop. Let's see. What is the quality of this particular weapons shop? It is... Oh, roll a d20. So on a 4, we are in a city, though. So on a 1 to 3, in the city, or sorry, metropolis we are in. So it's poor quality. That's not good. So we found like a poor weapon shop, a bad weapon shop. And let's see. What does this mean? DC for finding items by merchant quality. So this is for finding items. The DC for finding them. But what about selling? Maybe it's the same DC. Let's have a roll and see. Let's see if we can convince this guy to buy all of our daggers. Let's see who's got the... I believe Golly always had the higher charisma. So under his charisma, he's going to do all the talking. Persuasion on a 3. We'll add 3 to the roll, and let's see if we can sell this stuff. Ooh, geez. On a 3, plus 3 is 6. Do. Common, uncommon. Oh, no. Yeah, this won't work. This is for, like, trying to find fancy items, right? Well, daggers are pretty common. Yeah, we don't... I don't think we're gonna... It's gonna work. Yeah, we don't... He's not in the market to sell these, or to take our... He's a poor weapons shop. He can't afford to buy merchandise. He's just trying to sell. He's got a surplus of things he's trying to sell that no one will buy from him for whatever reason. So that's crappy. Wasted our time trying to go along there. How about we try... What else can we do? Whoops. Let's find... Oh wait, they have some stuff here. What's this mean? I'm just discovering something else here. Downtime activities. Okay, building. You can build stuff. Buying a magic item. Carousing. No. What about selling? Is there any selling? Running a business. No. Scribing a spell. Selling a magic item. Gaining renown. Crafting magic items. Skills training cost and process. No. Learning core skills. No. We're trying to... DC for finding competent animal trainer. There's lots of like animals and stuff like that. Let's see. Emotions table. No, I just can't see nothing there. What about... Do we have magic items we can sell? Maybe we can try like sell these daggers. Go somewhere else. And couldn't sell the... I thought we had like more magic items. 15 daggers. I thought we had at least one. Did we not find one? We got our map. No. Why did I have it in my head that we had a magic item? The Armor of Gleaming. We're taking that to the king, but we can't. So we can't sell it today. Well, let's carry on. Let's look for another shop, I guess. This is a dud. We're trying to sell our friggin' daggers here. Let's look for another weapon shop. Scroll on up. Scroll on up. What was the DC for that again? DC for finding items by merchant, quality of merchant. DC for finding these merchants here. Okay, here we go. Let's... How you doing? Keep it moving. We're going to go to and look for another weapons shop here. Metropolis, DC 7. Here we go. An 8. Look at that. We found another one, but we're going to roll 2 more times because we had to leave and go travel. 87. No encounter. A 3. We have an encounter. Okay, so what's the encounter? But remember, we found our right before, maybe it's right outside this weapon shop is something. So let's have a look at urban encounters. D100 on a 70 this time. A 70, 70, 70. We have a monster level. Monster on the loose, marauding through the streets. We have a battle. Okay, well, level appropriate hard encounter. So right outside this weapons shop, something's happening. We went from one weapons shop to another. Level appropriate hard encounter. So let's see, monster encounters for the solo PC. 2 PC conversion table. We have 2 PCs. We're level 2 now. 2 PCs, level 2 hard. Use this encounter table. 1 PC, level 6, easy. Interesting. So 1 PC, level 6, level 5, level 6 solo PC encounter. On the easy table, we're rolling a D6. We rolled a 3 to 4. We have 1 CR, 1 half, plus 1 CR, 1 quarter. Let's bring it on down to the urban encounters, right? Creature tables by environment. Boom, we're going to urban. Urban. Our 1 quarter monster, roll a d20. We have a 12. Our quarter monster is going to be a smoke method. How do you say that? Smoke method. And a half, 1 half monster is going to be a D8. I need my D8. 7. So the 1 half monster is going to be a thug. Just some thug and a smoke method. We might have fought one of these before, maybe, or no. Let's have a look at what these guys are up to. What are they? The old smoke method. Monster manual. So we got the, what is a smoke method? Element. Am I pronouncing that right? Mephite? 208. 208. Here we go. Ooh, what the heck is this thing? Something evil, man. Something evil. Smoke method. Smoke methods are elusive beings formed of fiery cinders and hot air. They love misleading creatures and then mocking them for their gullibility. So maybe this thing is like some kind of weirdly... Maybe this like weapon shop was trying to do like a magic item or something, trying to like forge some kind of fire smoke weapon with the forge, and then maybe they summoned some weird creature like this. Do we have anything more about methods? Oh yeah, here we go. This will explain. Methods are mean-spirited tricksters that dwell on the elemental planes. The 6 most prominent types of methods, resembling halfling-sized gargoyles with wings, exaggerated features, and bodies composed of 2 elements. Most live self-interested existences, indulging their warped senses of humor or overblown egos on their home planes of existence. Some serve as messengers or spies for genies or magic users. Spies for magic users. Interesting. Methods resent leaving the elemental extremes where they make their homes. If loosed on the material plane or other realms, they lash out with nasty pranks or by tormenting weaker creatures. When destroyed, methods explode in a burst of elemental magic. So they don't necessarily like being away from their plane, but they're here for some reason. Maybe it's some kind of a spy, right? Maybe the thug and this smoke method. It's a spy for something. So let's have a look now. Let's find out, are they evil? I guess. Let's see. What do the monsters do? Distance of monster from PC. So let's roll the D8. And that's how far away the monster is going to be from us. 8 squares away. And monster intentions. So this is not a big, bad, evil guy. So we can just roll a D100. On a 65. 31 to 70. Monster simply attacks purely out of instinct. That's if we use this. Monster just attacks. We're in another battle. It could be. It could be. Or we could roll the D100. What would the, or 65 we had rolled. So what would that be on here? According to this one, it would say uncertain, 55% prone towards the positive if we had used this one. Yeah, well, tell you what, gang, it's a thug. Let's just, maybe we can fight this thing or something like that. Let's just do a fight. I'll rig up a map and a fight, and then we can spook these guys away, I suppose, hey? Give me a second. Okay, here we go. So, I couldn't find a thug, but we have a tough. So we're going to use a tough. It's the same thing. They got a lot of hit points. 12 AC, low AC, but high hit points. They have pack tactics. Advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of the tough's allies is within 5 feet of the creature. So this thing in its smoke method, they are working together. So it could potentially utilize the pack tactics. And it's got a ranged heavy crossbow attack. And it's got a mace. Oh boy. Okay, and then the smoke method is low hit points, low AC, but has death burst. It explodes when it dies. Constitution saving throw DC 11. Each creature in a 5-foot emanation originating from the method. So failure. The target has the poisoned condition until the end of its next turn. Ooh. Scary. And then it can use claw for a melee attack, as well as cinder breath. Dexterity saving throw DC 11. One creature the method can see within 15 feet. Failure. The target has the blinded condition until the end of the method's next turn. Interesting. Interesting little battle we're going to have going on here. I rolled initiatives already. The thug goes first, followed by Summer, then the smoke method, and then Golly. So I just drew a quick little half-assed area here. I'll try Theater of the Mind it too if this gets too messy and whatnot. But let's say this is going to be the thug and the smoke. So thug goes first. Thug is gonna, or sorry, the tough is going to, he's going to utilize the pack tactics. He's going to stay right beside his buddy. He's going to take a heavy crossbow. Oh boy. And he's going to take a shot off. He's got 100-foot range. So he's going to take a blast here at, how about Evans, Golly? Yeah, he's going to shoot at Golly. Everybody always wants to shoot at Golly. So he's got advantage on this attack roll. So let's see, on a 1, ooh, +3 is, that would miss. And then a 3 +3, 6. So utilizing the pack tactics, he gets advantage. He gets 2 bad rolls. He misses with the ranged attack at Golly, and he botches that with the heavy crossbow. And he's going to hang tight. He's going to stay put. They kind of got the range. They were 8 squares away, right? So what was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So he's just trying to take some shots here. Okay, so the tough's done. That's his first. He's hanging out. Now Summer's turn. She's pissed. What the hell did you do that for? Summer, our big barbarian Goliath friend. She's got 35 speed. I always forget about that. So she can actually make attack. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, she can get within range of these guys. That's great. Let's have her run at the tough. Like, you shooting at me? What the hell are you shooting at me for? And she's going to run straight ahead. Enter a rage. Sorry. Let's utilize this here. She's going to enter her rage. So we're going to use the rage. She has full uses. They had a full night's sleep in their camp, right? So they're back up to full use, but we're going to tick this off. She uses 1 rage, and she runs up all the way up to this tuff here. So this is Summer. And she's going to use her attack, her Great Axe, to, whatchamacallit? The Tuff. What's his AC? His AC is 12. On an 11 plus 5 with the Great Axe, and that hits. Perfect. We roll a d12 for slashing. Savage attacker, roll twice, so 4 or a 8. Well, let's use the 8. How about that? So 8 plus 3, 9, 10, 11, plus her plus 2 to the rage damage, right? So 8, well, yeah, that's what we add. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage, plus the Fire's Burn. She can use that Fire's Burn on this guy. So let's use that. Use her Fire's Burn, and that's sorry. Let's add up all this stuff here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 minus. So the Thug is taking minus 13. Let's roll for the Fire's Burn. It's a D10. So we're going to add 2 fire damage. So he's going to take 15 points of damage instead. Yes. Yes, 15. Okay. Yeah, and then she's got her weapon mastery with the Great Axe, Cleave. So make a second attack on a creature within 5 feet of the first. So because she got that first attack off, she can make that second attack on his buddy who's right there. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and do that. So the Thug takes minus 15 HP. And let's see, her second attack is 5 plus 5 is 10. The Smoke method has 12 AC, so she misses the second attack, the Cleave attack, on the Smoke method character here, and that will be Summer's go. And now the Smoke is gonna go. Oh boy, Smoke method is going to. What's the Fire Breath do? No, that's the Magma method. I'm looking at too strong of a guy. Let's not do that. It has Cinder Breath. So, what can Cinder Breath do? Dexterity saving throw. DC 11. One creature the method can see within 15 feet. Failure. The target has the blinded condition until the end of the method's next turn. Let's use that against Summer. Let's see if he can blind her, because you saw what kind of damage she can do, and she's in a rage. Let's blind her with a 9 DC 11, and this is a dexterity saving throw. Now, Summer, what can Summer do? Look at that. Summer, advantage on dexterity saving throws. How great is that? So the first one would be, what did she roll? I think she'd failed that first one or something. 9. 9 plus, what's her dexterity? 2. So 9, 10, 11. Look at that. She made it. She survived. So no Cinder Breath for her. And that is the Smoke Mephit's turn. Cool. So he didn't get nothing off. Tried to blind her. And recharge 6. So on this next turn, we roll the d6. And if we get, I think if you get a 6, you roll the 6 on the d6, it recharges. I believe that's how that works for these rules. Okay, so that's the Smoke Mephit's turn. Golly's turn. Golly is going to... Let's have him. Should he cast a spell? He has all his spells back, actually. Now he is... I want to save his, he's kind of like a healer guy. We need to keep him for the heals here. So I don't want to mess around with that. Let's have him toll the dead. Because like maybe he learned that tactic from the gnomes that works so well. Let's have him toll the dead on the thug. So the thug is making a wisdom saving throw, I think is what it is. So wisdom save, they get no bonus to it. So 6 plus 0 is 6, and it's got his spell save DC is a 13. So he does not meet the spell save DC on the thug. So that Toll the Dead goes off, and I believe that was a D12, right? It's a 1D8 or it's a D12 worth of damage. We've cast that spell so many times you think I would just kind of remember it by now. Toll the Dead, yeah. So it's a 1d12 necrotic damage if the target is missing any of its hit points, which it is. We're tolling the dead on that thug. He's got a range of 60. So we're hanging back, and we're going to toll the dead on these guys. And then if Summer's in dire straits, we're going to run up there. We're going to cure wounds on her. But for right now, we're hanging back. We're doing this tactic. We're trying to keep Golly safe. Where did I put my D? Oh, it's right in front of me. Always right in front of you. So it's going to take, boom, 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 6 points of necrotic damage. How about that? So now he's at, what's he at? So 15. He's going to be at minus 21, I believe. Yeah, minus 21. So he just needs 11 more hit points. He's only got 11 hit points left. So he's not doing too hot. Let's see. He's going to... Maybe he takes a swing at Summer now. Because Summer's up there. They're in the thick of it. They're engaged, right? So he's going to take a swing at Summer. He has advantage because his buddy's still right beside him for some reason. Oh, 19. I don't even have to roll a second time. So his mace, he doesn't mace attack. 1d6 plus 2 bludgeoning damage. 2 plus 2 is 4, but bludgeoning, we're in a rage. Summer's in a rage. Yeah, resistant to bludgeoning. So it was 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 2 for the resistance, so it takes 2 points of damage. We're fully healed. I forgot to recharge her. So she takes 2 points of damage. She's down to 21. Very good, very good. And that's his move. He makes his attack against her. That was the thug's second shot. So he's done. Now it's time for Summer. Summer's gonna swing away at the thug. Boink. 17 hits his AC, no problem. Savage attacker, 2 or a 12 max damage. Look at that. So she's going to do 12 damage, or sorry, 15 points of damage to him. That takes him to 30, past 30, whatever. The thug's cooked. He's out of it. No more thug. And because she got that attack off, she can use Cleave, her weapon mastery, make an attack on the smoke method. 18, so that's going to hit, once again, the D12. 10 or Savage Attacker. Ooh, that was a 12. Hopefully you guys seen that. A 12 on that smoke method creature. So this is a pretty quick battle. These creatures aren't that strong. So this took the creature down to 1 hit point. Oh, she's in a rage. Don't add modifier to damage, but you can still add that rage damage. So with the rage, it would be 14. So she hits the smoke method's also cooked. But let's see, he has a death burst. It explodes when it dies. Constitution saving throw, a DC 11. Let's see, Summer rolls a 17. She's fine. Okay, so she's not poisoned. That's great. Look at that, we used no spell slots. That was kind of an easy battle. I had a feeling it's gonna, these things are gonna be, I think, a little easy for us with the two characters. But we look at that, we gained a little experience at least. Let's have a look at these guys and let's loot them. Why don't we loot them, right? We took out a thug. We're going to say they didn't kill the thug, right? Just getting into a fight or something and maybe knocked them unconscious or something. We don't want to be like murdering people in the city. The smoke method will explode. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, maybe we do kill the thug. Let's see what the thug's roll was. 18. Okay. So the thug passes like not getting poisoned when that smoke method thing explodes. So that's fine. Okay, let's see what we get. We get 50 XP plus. What kind of things do they have? It doesn't have... Oh, immunities. Immunities to fire, poison, exhaustion, and poisoned condition. Yeah, okay, no. But we didn't use that fire on this thing. We use our fire's burn on the tough. So that's good. So we're fine there. They don't have treasures. They don't have anything. So we get nothing from that method other than experience. Whoops. And now to the tough. I lost my page. I pulled that thing right off. Tough, tough, tough. Here we go. These things have armaments. So we could take that. His leather armor, his mace, and his heavy crossbow. How about that? We're going to take his stuff. We're going to take that tough's things here. And then, hey, guess what? We're right outside the weapon shop. We can go right in and sell these things to the shopkeeper after. That's kind of worked out for us. I had my little sheet with all our loot on it. And then we can continue on with our shopping spree here. I'll add their experience. Oh, sorry, 50 experience. And then the tough gave us 100 experience. So we'll add that up, divided by 2, 75 experience for each one. No gold, treasure, just armaments, just the armaments they have. So we're going to take their armaments and we're going to go sell them now. How about that? That worked out pretty good for us. Okay, so just getting myself situated here. We're going into the shop. We got a bunch of stuff to sell now. That's good. I was just looking up some of the rules for the, because we have that leather armor, and I was going to sell the leather armor, but then I was like, hey, wait, can Summer wear that? Or somebody? Because like we have like terrible armor class going on here. So for the chain shirt, that's what Golly has. And he's got, it goes 13 plus your dex modifier, and he's got a -1 dex. That's why he has a 12. He's got a terrible armor class. And then Summer has a 14. And as a barbarian, it's 10 plus your dex and your constitution modifier. That's one of her feats or something she has as a barbarian when you're not wearing armor. So I was looking at the leather armor, and it's 11 plus your dex modifier. So it would, if we put the armor on, it just takes us to 13. So it's like, it's worse for us to put the armor on. So we're just going to sell it. And, well, first off, will this guy buy our stuff, right? What was it, a DC 8 or something like that? Yeah, 13. Okay, cool. We can sell our stuff here. That's great. We don't have to go looking for another place. And then, but maybe Golly can, like, get some stuff. Or where are we? We're in, like, a weapon shop? Weapons/armor shop or something like that. Okay, we're gonna sell we're gonna sell the mace. We already have a mace. We don't need another. Let's bring it on back. Yeah, the mace. So the rules for selling selling stuff. I believe it's like half the cost or something like that, right? So let's bring this here to services, 230. Let's just keep rolling on through the book. 230. Let's look at the rules for selling. One page over. Food, drink, services. I thought you could sell things. What's the rule on that? Let's see, equipment. Hold on, that might be in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. I found it. Yeah, selling equipment. It's like a little square here. Equipment fetches half its cost when sold. In contrast, trade goods and valuable, or sorry, in contrast, trade goods and valuables, like gems and art objects. Oh, in contrast, trade goods and valuables, like gems and art objects, retain their full value in the marketplace. The Dungeon Master's Guide has prices for magic items. Okay, so you sell gems and everything like that for full price. Good to know. Buy and sell gems and art objects for full price, but equipment fetches half its cost. Okay, that's all I needed to know. So we are going to sell a bunch of junk. The mace, 5 gold pieces. So let's see, mace equals 5 gold pieces. We sell that. We're going to sell... we don't have these things. I kept these. That's right. The chain shirt, the scimitar, the short bow. We don't have access to these, but we do have our daggers we can sell. We did pick up this heavy crossbow. Let's sell the heavy crossbow. Or do we want the heavy crossbow? Maybe we keep that heavy crossbow, hey? Heavy crossbow does 1d10 piercing. Ammunition range 100, 400, but you got to buy bolts for it. Heavy. It's heavy. Summer doesn't need it. Summer has the short bow. Golly could use that heavy crossbow, to be honest. His strength is 14, which I think if something's heavy, let's see. If it's heavy, you have disadvantage on attack rolls. If the score isn't at least 13, or if it's a ranged weapon, then your dexterity score isn't at least 13. Dang, okay, so we can't use that. His dexterity score is abysmal. So we're gonna sell the heavy crossbow then. We don't need it. At 50 gold pieces, we get 25 for it. Sorry, I should be like having this. 2.5 gold pieces. 25 gold pieces for the heavy spelling stuff wrong. Crossbow. So that's out. We don't have the armor of gleaming. That's with the gnomes. Daggers. Let's sell all these stupid little daggers we kept with us. So we have 4 Golly's going to sell. And Summer has another 4 plus 15. So yeah, 8 plus 15. So 23 daggers we're going to sell. So what is that? 23 times... Where's the dagger? Daggers sell for 2. Okay, so 46 gold pieces divided by half, so 23. 23 gold pieces for all the daggers. And yeah, what else can we sell? I think that's kind of it. Summer could use a shield. Ooh, I lost my sheet there. Yeah, Summer, she could use a shield because you can still have the that bonus of her her AC of the dex and the con if you use a shield, it says. So, but she wouldn't be able to fight with a great axe because I think this is two-handed. But if she's ever in a pinch, she could switch to the spear and have a shield in her hand to try to protect herself. If we're ever like super low on health, maybe that could just be an option she has. So should we pick up a shield? How much does a shield go for? A shield is 10 gold pieces, only 6 pounds. Let's have her pick up a shield. And we're going to buy, I'll put my sell, buy a shield for summer. Just in case, you never know, right? These kind of things come in handy for 10 gold pieces. Okay. And what kind of plate could she get away with? Can she wear armor? No, it says when you're not wearing armor, but what if she wears armor? Or does that affect her rage? Give me a second. I'm going to have a look at the rules. Okay, actually, changed my mind. Summer is not going to buy the shield. She has just enough. Yeah. So I was looking at her things here. She had 16 electrum pieces. I erased the 6 already because, or what is it? An electrum piece is worth half the gold, and she had 16. So that would be about what? 8 gold pieces, and she had 392 gold. So that would take her up to 400 gold. And guess what? With 400 gold, you can buy a breastplate, right? 400 gold for a breastplate. And what that's going to do is it's increases her AC. 14 plus her dex modifier. So 14 plus 2 would give her an AC of 16. That's a pretty big boost, right? Maybe she could stop taking some hits. And what else was it? As a barbarian, the rule was you can enter rage as a bonus action if you aren't wearing heavy armor. So we lose access to rage if you are in heavy armor. So what we can do is just the highest AC we can get is with this half plate armor. But we can't afford that right now, 750 pieces, right? But we can buy ourselves a breastplate, just drain all of Summer's money and give herself a wicked breastplate. No shield, though. We can't afford that. So Summer's going to drain all of her coffers. She just saw a nice, like, breastplate armor, and she's like, ooh, shiny. So no shield, but new armor. And then, because honestly, Golly has a shield, and Golly could almost like hand her his shield when she's on the front line, that kind of a thing. So guess what? Summer's getting a bit of an upgrade. Goodbye all of her gold. So she's spending all of her electrum, all of her gold pieces. She's down to 0. Golly's going to have to feed her for a little bit. But she's going to have some breastplate. And we like that. Breastplate. And that's going to take her to, 14, 15, 16. And she can still be stealthy, right? Because if she goes to half plate armor, she gets disadvantage on all her stealth rolls. So she can still be stealthy if she needs to be, which is handy. Not to mention this plate is 20 pounds heavy or lighter than the half plate armor. So that's good. We'll have to add up her weight and stuff like that. All right, so that's her big purchase of the day, and she gains 2 to the AC, and that's pretty huge. Summer just kind of beasted out a little bit more now. Great news, right? Now I didn't add the gold to Golly yet. Golly gets to add 50 gold. So he's up to what is that, 8, 9, 10, 336 gold pieces. He could purchase her a shield if he's feeling, if he's feeling nice about it. Maybe he buys her a shield if she needs it, because then she could potentially have an 18 AC if she fights with a spear. That's pretty damn good, I think. Let's have him buy her the shield. Because it's like, hey, you've been saving me left, right, and center. Here's your little bonus. I'm giving you a bonus for everything that you do. Even though you blew all your money, I'm gonna have to buy you supper and everything like that. But we're gonna add a shield to Summer, and Golly's gonna give her a bonus in that regard, and he's gonna lose 10 gold pieces. So that's gonna take him down to 326. Good stuff. And he's got a chain shirt. He is trained in all armor. He's proficient in all armor. Maybe he can like try to get himself a better deal here, because he's got a rough AC. What can he buy? Heavy armor, 10 minutes to dawn and 5 minutes to doff. He just won't be stealthy at all. He's going to be loud as heck. Oh, he needs high strength for these ones, though. I was like, he can buy splint armor and have a pretty high thing. But he would have disadvantage on stealth, and he needs a 15 strength. But boy, would that ever help us out, because our AC is garbage right now. Because all of these medium armors go off the dex modifier, and we have a -1 dex modifier, so we need to get out of these light and medium armors. We need to get into heavy armor. He could buy some ring mail for just 30 gold pieces, or chainmail. He can get himself into some chainmail and get himself a 16 AC and just have disadvantage on all his stealth going forward. It's just pretty heavy. What's he got in his chain shirt? It's 20 pounds, so he'd be putting an extra 25 pounds on. And he's only got so much money. That splint armor would be nice. We need to up our strength 1. I'm going to have a look, because they're level 2 right now. What do they get with level 3? Yeah, okay, so we don't gain the ability score improvement until level 4. And the way how slow we've been leveling up, that won't be for a while. Won't be for quite a bit, actually. So it sucks. We're just not strong enough to get that chainmail. Or no, sorry, the ring, the splint armor. That would be so nice to have, having an AC of 17. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy the chainmail. But, we need the money, I guess, to like survive and stuff like that. And he's going to have an AC of 16. Because he's got a 14 strength and he can handle that. So let's get him into some chainmail. He can sell the chain shirt, is what he can do. So we're going to sell this chain shirt. 50 gold pieces. He's going to get 25 for it. 25 gold pieces he's going to get. I'm going to put it right towards this. So 50 gold pieces, really. So we're going to take 50 gold pieces away from Golly. So that's going to take him down to 2. What would that be? 76, I believe he's got. Wait, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So he's got 276 gold pieces left. And he's got some chainmail. So we're going to get rid of the chain shirt. Put mail. And now he's got an AC of 16. Look at that. That's a huge boost for Golly. And then if he actually dons his shield like he should be, that he'll stop getting hit with stuff. And then he can just kind of hang back and cast his spells and, heal and do what he's supposed to do here. Let's get him an AC of 16 now. So he is 16. Perfect. What a huge boost. What a great day of shopping for these guys. Picked up a shield, picked up some breastplate for summer, picked up a nice chainmail for Golly. Now they're pretty beefed up. 16. Potentially having 18 ACs if they both wear their shields, right? Or what's the rule on that? Do you gotta wait like a week? Do you have to wait a week for that to happen? Let's see. Let's follow our, what's the rule for services? Let's look for services here. Merchants and shopping. I think it's down here. Or up top. It was like the downtime kind of thing. It was giving me like little time frames for stuff like that. Here we go. Buying a magic item, crafting magic items, gambling, pit fighting, no. Recuperating, researching, running a business, selling a magic item, skill training. Where did I see that? Skill training, cost and process. Before learning a skill, no. Learn weapon skills, learning weapons. Do you gotta wait to like get your stuff sized? That's what I'm getting at, right? Do they have to wait like a week or something like that to get these things sized up for them? Weapon skills. Maybe it's under services in the armor. Is there rules for equipment size? You can use or wear any of the equipment that you find on your adventures within the bounds of common sense. For example, an orc adventure won't fit in a halfling's leather armor and a cloud giant's. Yeah. DM can impose more real. A suit plate armor made for one human might not fit another one without significant alterations, and the guard's uniform might be ill fitting. Yeah. Fine armor clothing. So items are made to be worn. They might need to visit a smith, a tailor, a leatherworker, or a similar expert to make the item wearable. The cost for such work is 1d4 times 10% of the market price of the item. Oh. The cost for such work. Okay, wait. When adventurers find armor, clothing, and similar items that are made to be worn, they might need to visit a smith, a tailor, a leatherworker, or a similar expert to make the item wearable. Oh, that's if they find like armor and stuff like that. So they're just purchasing this. They're getting this armor made for them. So we're not going to impose the cost. Let's say we found armor on somebody, which I don't think we did. We sold that leather armor is what we did. So yeah, we don't got to worry about that. But if we were to try to find that armor of gleaming and put that on, we'd have to come and get it fitted for us. We wouldn't be able to wear it. We'd have to pay the cost to get it fitted. So that's what this rule is. But otherwise, I don't see anything about time. Yeah, there's nothing about time to like get these made. So maybe we can just get it made ASAP, right? We just get it. Let's just do that then. But if we ever need to get it fitted for us, then we have to travel and pay the cost to get it fitted. So we're gonna, how about this? We spend the rest of the day at this shop getting fitted. That way we can dodge our friggin' encounter rolls, those other encounter rolls we have. So we're gonna spend the rest of the day getting fitted and for our new, what do you call it? Our new armor and everything like that. All right, that's so Summer's broke once again, but she's pretty decked out now. So that's pretty good. And Golly has enough gold to kind of cover their costs for a while, and he's willing to do that. So their next thing is just going to a tavern. Let's go find a tavern. They're going to go find a tavern for the night. They're definitely going to find one. Let's just roll some encounter rolls first on their travel to the a tavern. We don't want to go to the Stroppy Bollock again. Let's try find a different one. So here we go. We're going to do 2 encounter rolls. We're going to dodge 2 rolls. How about that? Dodge 2 or 1, 2. We'll dodge 2 on our way by just like hanging out in the shop. That way we, spent the day in there. So going back, so 26, ooh, we just dodged 1 there. 68, there we go. There's 2 more encounter rolls. All done. I think it said we had to roll like 10 of them or something like that. This is going to the tavern, I guess. So now they're at the tavern. Is there anything outside of the tavern? Boom. 86 is no. 26. Ooh, we dodged it again. Boom, boom. There's our 10 encounter rolls. So nothing happened when we're at the tavern. And now we're getting to a new tavern to spend the night. So that we can, I can go to bed myself. And let's come here. And then the next day, they will be able to go to the king's place to go and get their big reward for clearing the infinite dungeon, right? That's exciting. But let's get this done. Let's get this done. Traveling, arriving in settlements. Where is tavern table? Here we go. I like the tavern table. These are fun. So we're at a new tavern, gang. We pull up for the night at, on a D20's 2, the Frog, and 8 is, the Frog and King. We pull up to the Frog and King. I'm going to write that down. And how about this? We're going to end it there for the night. We know our guys made it to a tavern. They're going to spend the night there. And I'll do some rolls and stuff like that off camera to flush out maybe some of this stuff. Or, I don't know, if you guys want to see, we can do the rolls too. Find out who's running it, all that kind of stuff. Who the NPC is and everything like that. What the quality is. And then we'll do all the pricing and everything after. But I'm going to cross the day off anyway. Just to getting us caught up here to the real world. And this day's done. I can rip that right out of there. So the 30th, that's done. Now they're back up to the 31st of July, and I believe that is today of actual time. So we're getting into August. So we burned through like 2 months of in-game time now. Had some pretty good adventures. I'm having fun. Yeah, we go and meet the king. Meeting the king on the 31st to see what that's all about.